Welcome to the deep dive. And when you look up at the night sky, it's pretty natural to assume that the mechanics of the universe are just fixed.
Right, like the orbits of planets or the fusion inside stars.
Exactly. Even the immense gravity of black holes. We kind of just view them as the background radiation of existence.
Yeah, just the stage where biological life occasionally flickers into being.
But our mission today is to explore a terrifying, mind-bending concept from 1964. What if we have completely misunderstood the hierarchy of the cosmos?
It's a huge question. What if the stage itself is being engineered?
I mean, I want you, the listener, to just imagine an alien civilization so incredibly advanced that they've outgrown their home planet, conquered their solar system, and now control the energy of an entire galaxy.
To us, they wouldn't even look like aliens. They would look like literal gods.
Right. An intelligence that doesn't just adapt to its environment, but actually dictates the physics of its host galaxy.
And while this sounds like pure science fiction, the framework we're discussing today is very real. We are looking at the Kardashev Scale.
Invented by the brilliant Soviet astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev.
Exactly. It's a serious analytical framework based on one universal metric, which is energy consumption.
Because he realized humanity lacked a mathematical baseline to classify these advanced civilizations, right?
Yeah, he stripped away all our assumptions about alien culture or biology and just looked at the sheer wattage a species can harness.
So I just want to tell you to prepare yourself right now, because this deep dive is going to make you feel very, very small, but in the absolute most fascinating way possible.
It really is humbling because energy truly is the fundamental currency of the universe.
Right. Every single action requires an exchange of energy. And Kardashev modeled this expansion mathematically into three primary tiers.
So to understand these godlike aliens, we first have to understand the baseline.
Let's start with the first major milestone, which is the Type 1 civilization, or, the planetary masters.
The term planetary civilization can be a bit deceptive, though.
Right, because it doesn't just mean you live all over the globe like we do. It means you have complete 100% control over all the energy on your home planet.
Yes, they capture and perfectly utilize every single drop of sunlight that hits their world, plus all its internal geothermal energy.
I like to think of it like having a fully unlocked cheat code menu for your home planet.
That's a great way to put it.
Because they can control the weather, they can stop earthquakes, they can mine the oceans. Natural disasters are literally a thing of the past for them.
But the engineering required for that is staggering. You can't just pave the Earth in solar panels.
Because of the thermodynamic waste heat. Right?
Exactly. If you trap too much heat, you alter the planet's albedo and you boil the oceans.
Oh, wow. So how do they get around that?
A Type 1 civilization has to move their energy collection off-world. So massive orbital mirrors beaming power down via microwaves.
And capping into deep geothermal vents. So they inadvertently gain complete control over the planet's physical systems.
Right. When you control the thermal dynamics of the oceans and the atmosphere, the weather isn't an act of God anymore. It's an engineering choice.
So if you want to stop a hurricane, you just use your orbital array to focus solar radiation on the ocean and starve the storm of its convective engine.
Exactly. And the same goes for earthquakes. They would just map the fault lines and vent the geothermal pressure.
So to a Type 1 civilization, a natural disaster is basically just an embarrassing failure in energy management.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so bringing this back to us, I have to ask, where does humanity rank on this scale right now?
Well, what's fascinating here is that we aren't actually on the main scale yet.
Wait, really? We're not even a 1.
No. Scientists, including the mathematician Carl Sagan, ran the numbers, and humanity is currently sitting at roughly a 0.73.
A 0.73. We are literally in our awkward, vulnerable infancy.
We really are. We still rely heavily on digging up dead plants' fossilized biomass and setting it on fire just to boil water.
Just to spin a turbine. I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds incredibly primitive.
Because it is. From an astrophysical standpoint, chemical combustion is terribly inefficient.
And the byproduct actively destabilizes our climate.
Exactly. We are completely at the mercy of natural disasters. When a Category 5 hurricane approaches, our best technology is just to run away.
We just evacuate the coastline? We have no way to negotiate with the storm itself.
So we are a 0.7 civilization holding the power to alter the climate by accident, but we don't have the capability to control it on purpose.
That is a terrifying bottleneck to be stuck in. But let's assume we survive it. We become a Type 1.
Well, exponential growth is a relentless reality. A Type 1 civilization will completely exhaust the energy capacity of their home planet in a matter of centuries.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Because when they run out of planetary power, they are forced to look up.
They hit a hard thermodynamic wall, so they have to harness their star.
Right. This is the Type 2 civilization,
Yeah.
stellar empire.
Yes. They have to capture 100% of their sun's energy output.
Which requires building one of the most terrifyingly ambitious megastructures ever theorized, the Dyson Sphere.
Right, but we should clarify this because science fiction usually gets the Dyson Sphere wrong.
Yeah, it's usually shown as this giant, solid, hollow ball with the sun trapped inside.
Which is structurally impossible. It would be gravitationally neutral on the inside, so it would eventually just crash into the star.
Not to mention, you'd have to strip mine the entire solar system, and you still wouldn't have enough raw material for a solid shell.
Exactly. So instead, a Type 2 civilization builds a Dyson swarm.
A massive shell made of billions of independent solar collectors and habitats just woven around the sun.
Yes, capturing every single photon.
But I want to challenge this for a second. Let's say they actually build this Dyson swarm. Besides just having a massive electric bill, what does capturing an entire sun's energy actually allow a civilization to do on a practical level?
Well, energy at that scale transcends basic utility. It becomes the ultimate cosmic security blanket.
What do you mean?
With infinite power comes practical immortality. If they need to, they can literally move planets.
Wow. Just physically tow a planet to a new orbit?
Exactly. And defensively, if they spot an extinction-level asteroid, they don't send up a nuclear bomb. They just use a fraction of their Dyson swarm to form a laser and vaporize it.
From millions of miles away, that is unbelievable.
It goes further, actually. A Type 2 civilization can move the star itself.
Wait, really? Move the entire solar system?
Yes, using a theoretical megastructure called a Shkadov thruster.
Okay, you have to explain that.
Basically, you cluster a massive portion of the Dyson mirrors on one side of the sun, creating an immense parabolic reflector. The sun's radiation hits the mirrors, bounces back, and creates asymmetrical thrust.
So you turn your entire solar system into a spacecraft powered by the star's own exhaust.
Exactly. If a neighboring star is about to go supernova, you just pilot your solar system out of the blast zone.
I mean, a point 0.7 civilization hides from the universe, but a Type 2 civilization actually commands it.
Right. But even a sun's energy has its limits. Stars eventually die.
And a civilization with a relentless hunger for power isn't going to just accept that, which pushes them to the absolute apex of the Kardashev Scale.
The Type 3 civilization, the galactic overlords.
They control billions of star systems, the entire galaxy.
And their energy consumption leaps to a level we can barely comprehend.
Yeah, because they aren't just building Dyson swarms around normal stars anymore. The most mind-bending detail is that they have evolved to harness the energy of supermassive black holes.
Which is theoretical physics, not magic. It's likely based on the Penrose process.
Right, from Roger Penrose in 1969. So there's a region outside a spinning black hole called the ergosphere, where space-time is being violently dragged around.
Exactly. And if a Type 3 civilization needs immense power, they can dump mass into this ergosphere.
Like an asteroid or something, and they split it in two. One piece falls into the black hole, but the other piece is violently ejected outward.
Because of the rotational drag of spacetime, the escaping piece steals a fraction of the black hole's angular momentum.
So it comes out with way more kinetic energy than it went in with. You catch it, and you've basically turned a supermassive black hole into an infinite cosmic flywheel.
Yes. And with that kind of energy, space itself becomes pliable. They can manipulate space-time for faster-than-light travel.
Like warp drives, traversing the cosmic ocean in the blink of an eye.
Right. But to ground this massive concept for a second, think about the scale of humanity compared to them.
It's hard to even picture.
If a Type 3 civilization exists, the technological gap is so vast that humanity wouldn't even register as peers. To them, we would look like microscopic bacteria on a tiny speck of dust.
Or like an ant colony.
Yeah.
You don't sign a peace treaty with an ant colony, right?
Well, if you're building a highway, you just pave over them without a second thought.
Or worse, you put a glass box around them.
Yeah.
Which brings up a really unsettling implication.
The cosmic zoo hypothesis.
Yeah. If a Type 3 civilization is currently residing in our Milky Way galaxy, they might be watching us right now.
Manipulating star systems is easy for them, so putting a cloaking field around our solar system would be trivial.
So our entire existence, our little solar system, could just be a tiny cosmic zoo exhibit to them.
Which perfectly forces us to confront the Fermi paradox. If the universe is so old, where is everybody?
Right. Why don't we see the glowing waste heat of billions of Dyson swarms in the night sky?
Exactly. And that synthesis brings us to the core theme here. The Kardashev scale isn't just a fun sci-fi concept. It actually outlines humanity's ultimate destiny.
Because it introduces the concept of the Great Filter. This idea that there's an evolutionary leap so overwhelmingly lethal that almost no one survives it.
And we face a binary choice. Will we destroy ourselves in this fragile point 0.7 phase, or will we survive long enough to build Dyson spheres and conquer the stars?
That is the ultimate question. The bottleneck is right now. Every climate summit, every global conflict is us wrestling with that transition to Type 1.
Because the universe is completely indifferent to our survival. It only respects the thermodynamics.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive today, but I do want to leave you, the listener, with one final provocative thought to ponder.
And this ties into the dark forest theory of space, right?
Exactly. The idea that the universe is teeming with life, but every civilization is a hunter hiding in a pitch-black forest.
Because a Type 3 civilization could extinguish our entire solar system with a single relativist strike if they saw us as a threat.
So if there are Type 3 galactic overlords hiding in the dark forest of space, is our quest to reach Type 1 by generating more and more energy just lighting a massive beacon in the dark?
We might just be alerting those godlike beings to exactly where our little petri dish is located.
Exactly. Are we taking our first steps toward becoming planetary masters, or are we just striking a match in a dark forest? It's definitely something to think about the next time you flip a light switch. Keep questioning the universe, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.